Hello, everyone. Welcome to 8PointMMA.com's podcast number 8, our second interview with Jay Hieron. For those that may not know Jay, he's one of the hottest welterweight fighters outside the UFC. Jay most recently dominated UFC veteran Joe Riggs at the Strikeforce Miami card on January 30th. Hello, Jay. Welcome back to the podcast, and as always, thanks for your time.
No problem. Thanks for having me, brother.
Anytime. First, congratulations on the win. You dominated a tough opponent. How did a quality win like that feel?
Feels great. At this point in my career, these are the type of fights I want. These are the type of wins I want. So, my stock goes up and, move forward and, move on to bigger and better things.
Right. You're on a 7-fight win streak now, which is really impressive. Do you believe you're ready for your title shot with Nick Diaz now?
Yeah, definitely. I believe everything happens for a reason, and, the way my career is going is it's just making me mentally stronger, and it's going to make me a stronger competitor in the long run.
Absolutely. Now, rumors have been flying around already that Maha Sakurai will begin the next title shot. Being he's coming off 2 losses, I know this confuses me. What are your thoughts about something like that?
Man, I have no idea, dude. It's all talk right now. It's nothing set in stone. So, when it's all said and done, I got to sit down with Strikeforce and see what's the next step. Right now I'm not getting too worried about it because it's all speculation. So,
Right, absolutely.
Again, when I got a great agent. He's talking, negotiating for me, and this is my rest week right here. I'm just chilling, relaxing, enjoying my victory, and we're gonna sit down with them and see what's the next step. And the good thing about it is I got options right now, so I'm not really worried about it.
Right, and that brings me right into the next question. Your contract with Strikeforce is now up. Do you plan on returning to Strikeforce, or maybe will fans get to see Jay Hieron return to the UFC?
All depends, man. Right now, like I said, I'm waiting just relaxing this week, and my agent's going to be negotiating, and we still with Strikeforce. We just don't have any more fights, but they still could match a negotiation. They could match an offer from another organization. So, I like Strikeforce. They have great fights. They're coming up. They're up and coming organization. They're hot right now. I would like to fight for them, but then again, I got to look out for my best interest. And again, we'll see what happens. We'll see if they want to invest in me, and if they want me to fight for the title. And there's a lot of things that we got to discuss, and contract stuff. So. At the end of the day, I'm in a good position. I have options, and God bless for that. I'm healthy. I got a little bruised eye, but other than that, I'm healthy and I'm good.
Absolutely. Now, I know this is something that sort of bothered me personally. Your fight with Joe Riggs was supposed to be streamed online, but the website suffered some serious issues, and pretty much nobody got to actually see the fight. And the people that did really didn't get in until round 3, and it was very poor quality. Does something like that bother you as a fighter, or is it just part of the game?
Man, this is a story. This is the story of my life, dude. My career, basically. I go through all this stuff. I've been through more stuff than anybody else has been through in their career. Or just as much stuff. I don't know what I haven't been through. So when they told me that after the fight, I was kind of like, I wasn't surprised, So, again, it is what it is. I don't have any control over that. At the end of the day, I was victorious. I felt good in the fight. I felt I had a good performance. And that's all I can ask for. And I'm going to keep working hard and keep moving forward, and stuff like that will all work itself out. I'll be on the main event. I'll be fighting for titles. All I got to do is just keep doing what I'm doing.
All right. Now, did you happen to catch Nick Diaz's fight on Saturday?
Yeah, I watched his fight.
What do you think about it? I thought he looked pretty dominant. It should be an interesting matchup between you two.
Yeah, he looked good. I mean, as a fighter, I respect him. You know, he has, you know, he's well-rounded. He has good jiu, good boxing. I mean, but there's holes in his game, and I think I match up well with him. And, you know, I think that's a great fight for not only for me and him, for the fans, and I think that's the fight that makes sense. I mean, you know, right now, outside of UFC for a title, but, you know, it's not my call.
Right. Now, you mentioned you're taking a week off, so after that week off, are you going to jump right back into training, or are you just going to play it by ear?
Well, I got stitches in my eye right now, and I got to let my eye heal up, so I'm gonna just start moving again, start sweating a little bit, you know, start working. This is the best time I like is when I get back into it, I start going over technique. So, I mean, this is a learning process, you know, right when I get back, and then, you know, like I said, we're gonna see what's the next step. You know, of course, I love to train. I don't only just train when I have a fight. I train all the time. So, you know, that's my lifestyle. I love to train, and you know, again, we'll see what's going on, what's the next steps, and then when I have a fight, I'll just turn it up 8 weeks out.
Okay, right on 8 week camp. Now, you have your teammate Randy Couture fighting in this Saturday's main event at UFC 109 against Mark Coleman. A lot of fans are saying, you know, this isn't too hot of a matchup. I personally think it's a great matchup. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's two, you know, really dominant wrestlers, two guys that are, you know, up in age that are going at it, you know. You know, Randy Couture's been in the game. He's a pioneer. He's a legend. So is Mark Coleman. It's a great fight. I mean, if you're a fight fan and you know a lot about the sport, you like this fight, you know. But then again, you know, some people just want to see two guys just beating each other's head and slugging with no technique. You know, it is what it is. You know, you get both sides of the coin. So, you know, personally, I think it's a great fight, and you know, I'm behind Randy 100%. That's, you know, one of my training partners, you know, one of my brothers, and I'll be there for sure cheering for him.
Great. Well, that wraps it up today. I'd like to thank you for your time again. Any shout-outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, definitely shout out Extreme Couture. My sponsors, Affliction, Everlast. Check me out on my MySpace, my Facebook, and everybody can follow me on Twitter, see what I'm doing, what I'm eating, how I'm training, and all that. It's Jay Hieron, at Jay Hieron.
All right. Well, thanks again, Jay, and thank you, everybody, for listening to 8pointmma.com's podcast number 8. Have a good one.